All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Grantsburg, Wisconsin. It is a beautiful yet windy day here at Pepper Park. My name is Bob Rombach. Tom Rombach is doing the stats for us, keeping the book, and we are here for doubleheader action with the Webster Tigers and the Grantsburg Pirates. For the first one, Grantsburg will be the home team, and we'll get to the lineups here in just a moment. Softball game going on as well, and we can kind of, during some breaks, I can pop it up there. Can I? What just happened? I literally just worked on this right before I went on the air, and I literally can't find it anymore. Jeez. Well, we'll get that bug fixed, but the softball game is going on as well. The Grantsburg Pirates hosting the Siren Webster Storm, so you can check that out on YouTube. We are Grantsburg YouTube as well. I'd like to know why that I literally just... Oh, yeah, there it is. We got it. So there you go. So Goob and Stacy calling that game. And we've got this baseball game getting set to start here momentarily. While we have a minute, why don't we go over the lineups for these two teams. For Grantsburg in the field, it will be Riker Stelsel catching and leading off. Dane Lozier is the center fielder, batting second. Brock Matheny moves up in the order. He bats third and plays left field. And at first base, it's Caden Matheny batting fourth. Ryder Anderson is the second baseman batting fifth. Brock Bonneville, the right fielder, bats sixth. Henry Quintana is the designated hitter. He bats seventh. He's DHing for Jensen, who is the third baseman, Norman Jensen. Caleb Rombach will be pitching tonight, and he bats eighth. Levi Anderson is the shortstop, and he bats ninth. So for the Pirates, it's Stelsel, Lozier, Matheny, Anderson, Bonneville, Quintana, Rombach, and Levi Anderson. For the Tigers, leading off will be Kenny Schwendeman. He's also going to be the pitcher for the Tigers here in game number one. Jacob Fernengo is the shortstop batting second. Ronnie Hatch, the catcher, bats third. Justice Gutting is the first baseman, batting fourth. Hunter Sears is the center fielder, bats fifth. Croy Connor is in left field, batting sixth. Wyatt Warwas is the right fielder, batting seventh. Connor Hazley, third baseman, bats eighth. And batting ninth is Chase Miller, the second baseman. So for the Webster Tigers in game number one is Schwendeman, Fernengo, Hatch, Gutting, Sears, Connor, Warwas, Hazley, and Miller. Would love to interact with you. Send some chats our way. Where are you watching from? Are you still at work? Are you sneaking in a little bit of baseball here? Will you finish up the work day?
Contest between the Webster Tigers and Grantsburg Pirates. A doubleheader today. This is game one. Leading off for the Tigers, number 5, Gary Schwendeman.
So it's Schwendeman to lead things off for the Pirates. And Caleb Rombach set the pitch. First pitch is outside, ball one. Caleb works quickly. That one's a swing and miss, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike here as we get the thing started. First pitch, 3 o'clock. Rombach ready to Schwendeman. Swings through that one, strike 2. Very bright out here, Dad. And Caleb started off with ball 1, has come back with 2 strikes, and now pausing, and he will pitch outside ball 2. So Riker Stelsel, Caleb was kind of waiting for a location, or he's telling everybody to shift over. I can't tell quite yet, but the 2-2 pitch from Rombach. And it is in the dirt, ball 3. Schwindeman working a full count here. Kind of an odd start here. Usually Caleb likes to get up there and rip, and that one is ball 4, so a leadoff walk. Usually Caleb likes to work a lot quicker than that, so kind of out of his rhythm. See if he can find the rhythm here. Jacob Fernengo, the number 2 batter in the lineup, and those leadoff walks will kill you. And Webster trying to play spoiler here. Grantsburg undefeated on the season in conference. Webster with 3 losses, trying to catch Grantsburg at the top of the conference. Caleb having a tough start locating. He's in the windup right now. Does he realize it? He steps off, and he will go out of the stretch. Throwback to first is off target. Sliding in safely is Schwendeman. And the pitch, swing and a miss, another high fastball. But that time, not Warwas, that's Fernengo. Takes a mighty cut at it, comes up empty, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Schwendeman with a decent lead at first, nothing too greedy. Swing and a miss, another high fastball. So Caleb pumping him up there high. Fernengo unable to lay off, and now should be 1 and 2, I think. Yeah, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Scoreboard has it. No, now they're fixing it. 1-2 to the second batter in a row. Runner goes. That one's outside. The throw down is a little bit late, and the tag does not get down in time, so a stolen base and ball 2. So Caleb's been up 1 ball, 2 strikes to both guys. Jacob Fernengo with the 2-2. Schwendeman in scoring position now. That leadoff walk, nobody out. And the 2-2 popped up, and that is going to head out of play back behind us. So we'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rombach ready again. The pitch comes in a little slower that time, and he fouls it straight back. Fernengo with a good at-bat. Caleb already up to 12 pitches. Last time out against Luck Frederick, he averaged about 12 pitches per inning. So scuffling here a little bit in the first inning to the first couple of batters. A full count walk to Schwendeman, and now 2 balls and 2 strikes. This will be the 7th pitch. Swing and a miss on a curveball. Stayed up in the zone, but got him to chase a little early. And there's 1 away. That's a dangerous pitch for Caleb. Little hanging curveball. And that'll bring up Ronnie Hatch. Ronnie batting 3rd for the Tigers. Number 3 batter. Home run over on the other field. Ronnie swinging first pitch, fouled away. Strike 1. So Grantsburg getting a home run. We'll check in on that game when we have a second. Caleb. That one's lifted into left center, and to make the play is Dane Lozier. And there's 2 away. Sliding on his left shin, going down to the ground, but keeping an eye on the ball and securing it into that leather glove his parents paid so much money for. And now there's 2 away. Strike on the outside corner. Webster has been really aggressive swinging. Haven't seen too many strikes called yet. That one to Justice Gutting. It's nothing in 1. Throw back to second, and nobody covering second. Throws it to Levi at shortstop. He did nail a couple guys last time out at second for Luck Frederick. Here's the 0-1 outside. Wind is blowing in from center field, so that may have aided the home run over on the softball game, but it's going to keep everything pushed in here at the baseball game. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Caleb trying to work out of a leadoff walk. Schwinneman stole seconds. That's where he is. And the pitch just missing. Tried to get him to chase. Good pitch there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is Gutting. Sears on deck if Gutting reaches. And the 2-2. Strike 3 froze him. And that is it. So Grantsburg does avert any crisis with that leadoff walk. He gets as far as second, but then Caleb settles in and the defense backs him up. And after a half inning of play, it's still 0-0. You're watching it here on We Are Grantsburg. Well, you can hear the wind just howling right now. I can't really avoid, take the mic out of the line of fire here. Sorry about that. Let's check in on the softball game. Watch this. Hey. Oh, it's Northwood Tech. What's happening here? Oh, no. That was the baseball game, folks. Did the softball or the baseball game overtake it? No. Here. I just had the wrong game pulled up. There we go. How about that? 3-0. Grantsburg leads. There's Piper Presley Olson. Swing and a miss, but we can let Goob and Stacy talk. At least that should be there.
There's a shot. Nice hit. Another gapper. Nice stand-up double there. Nice hit. Time of scores. Leonard from third base.
Go out and
nice stand-up double there.
Trish a little bit. Just calm her down. Things are fine.
Time is called.
Go out and talk with
That thing looks pretty comfortable.
Trish a little bit. Just calm her down. I feel sorry for the Storm in their black uniforms. I'm just wearing a black T-shirt and I feel like I'm dying and I'm just sitting here.
Remember back in the good old days.
It's hot. I feel sorry for the Storm in their black uniforms. I'm just wearing a black T-shirt and I feel like I'm dying and I'm just sitting here.
All right, well, we caught it at the most incredible time, didn't we? All right, this baseball game is about to commence, so we'll check in on the softball game. Hopefully next time we find some action over there. Usually softball is way more active than baseball, but caught them in some kind of change there. Here we go, bottom of the first inning. Schwenneman will pitch for the Tigers. Now Riker Stelsel, followed by Dane Lozier, and Brock Matheny will get things started here in the home half of the first inning. And Schwenneman fires high and maybe outside. Ball 1-2 Stelsel. Webster got the leadoff batter on. He stole second, but he was left there as the next 3 guys were out. That one is low. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes here gorgeous Tuesday afternoon. That one's high and inside. Riker ducks out of the way, gets the bat down, and now is sitting pretty with a 3-0 count. Will Schwendeman and the Tigers return the leadoff walk favor? And the pitch, not yet, at least. 3-1. Schwendeman, he's working quickly too. We appreciate that. That one hits Riker, the 3-1 hit by pitch. Riker not happy about it, but he will get to first base. Dugout saying don't rub it, but it looks like he's lost all feeling in his left arm. And he's taking a second to get ready. He needs to look at the signs. And now he does. Riker on first. And Dane Lozier, who's been hitting the ball hard. Sometimes at him, sometimes not. Here's the pitch. Strike one. Good pitch there by Schwendeman, coming back after hitting a batter on ball 4. Riker with a modest lead. Schwendeman goes home. Riker steals second, or tries to. Ronnie's throw was all right, but the receiver for the ball was behind the bag, so no chance for a tag there. And Grantsburg has a runner in scoring position now with nobody out. Very similar start to what Webster had. Two strikes here, though, to Dane Lozier. That one travels outside, ball 1. Why is that? Get the scoreboard fixed in a second, guys, sorry. Here's the pitch, and it's a strikeout. Good recovery there for Schwendeman. And there's one away.
Now batting number 9, Brock Matheny.
Brock Matheny steps in. Swings through that one, strike 1. So interesting, both teams have a leadoff walk, and the next guy struck out swinging. If this were to continue, this would be a fly ball to center field for Matheny. We'll see. Swinging through that one, strike 2. Got on him in a hurry. Schwendeman working ahead. Nobody covering Riker at second base. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 3 up. 3 strikes in a row there. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Brock comes up empty on every swing, so 2 outs now. Schwendeman with 2 strikeouts.
Next batter's number 2, Caden Matheny.
Caleb pitched 20 pitches in the first inning. Schwendeman here with 12 and 2 outs. See if Matheny can keep things going. That curveball sneaks right in there, strike 1. So, dang, both pitchers kind of starting off a little bit with a little bit of trouble and then settling in quickly. Schwendeman checks the runner. Now he delivers home. Another curveball just inside. You saw the umpire's arm just kind of twitch a little bit, but he decided to keep it at his side and called ball 1. 1-1. Here to Matheny. That was a close one. The throw does not occur. Back to second base. Just keeping Riker Stelsel close at second. Riker reached on a hit by pitch. Would have been ball 4. Runner goes, and he's got him picked off. Schwendeman to third, and he is out at third. The third out at third base. And that'll do it for the Pirates. They must have been reading the signs because they looked back there and then got the out on the next play. And that does it for Grantsburg. 3 up and 3 down in an unconventional way, but that's where we're at. Still scoreless after 1. You're watching it here on We Are Grantsburg.
A 3D mammogram is a non-invasive X-ray that checks for breast cancer and other abnormalities. Mammograms can detect cancer early, long before it can be felt. At Burnett Medical Center, 3D mammograms takes place in a private room and is conducted by a radiologic technologist. The entire procedure is quick and only takes 10 to 20 minutes. Burnett Medical Center offers 3D mammograms 4 days a week. Don't delay. Call Burnett Medical Center to schedule your mammogram today.
All right, let's check in with Goob and Stacy.
We're still working though, aren't we?
Yeah, but my back's gonna be all out of whack sitting like this. Oh gosh. Gosh, I almost blew away.
0-2 count. Yeah, but St. John. We're still working though, aren't we?
Yeah, but see Josh Johnson out there peeking over the fence with his giant lens tonight.
0-2 count. St. John.
See Josh Johnson
Yeah, I
out
hope
there
we don't
peeking
poke
over the
somebody's
fence
eye out.
with his giant lens tonight.
Oh. You know, if you guys are paying
I hope we
attention,
don't poke
baseball is
somebody's
also
eye
being
out.
played tonight. Who are they playing?
They're playing Webster.
Okay.
So another doubleheader.
Yeah, so make sure you tune in there. If you guys are paying
Comment
attention, baseball is also being
Bob.
played tonight. But softball team sent
They're
you
playing
guys over
Webster.
to watch. Okay.
So another
So
doubleheader.
Yeah, so make sure you tune in there.
Oh, just
And
say
go
hi.
watch Bob.
Just gotta say hi. Full
Bob.
count here. But softball team sent
Maybe
sent
what they
you guys
should
over
go
to
over and
watch.
tell Bob is
All right, Grantsburg winning bigly over there at the softball field as we head to the top of the second inning. Still scoreless here. Both teams have had a runner as far as second, but neither have been able to move them past that. Nobody out in both situations. So here we go. Now batting is Hunter Sears, the number 5 batter for Webster. And the pitch outside. And he's missed pretty wide in the first inning. And now starting off again, Caleb struggling just a bit to find the strike zone. That one's ripped down into left field. That'll be a solid base hit for Hunter Sears. So a base knock gets the leadoff batter on once again for the Tigers.
Now batting number 4, Troy Connor.
Croy Connor now bats with a runner on. Caleb back out of the stretch, and here's the pitch. That one's hit. First pitch swinging into the right center field gap. Brock Bonneville kind of late to get there, comes up, throws it in, but a good piece of base running, moves from first to third, and there's nobody out. A good start here. Back-to-back hits from Sears and Connor. Now Wyatt Warwas with nobody out and runners on first and third. A good start to the inning here for Webster. Caleb sets, and he'll come home. Strike one on the inside corner. Good heat on that one. Found the corner. Runners do not go. Probably go on this pitch. Rombach sets, and he'll come home. Runner stays, swing and a miss. Caleb working ahead here. Checks the runner real quick, and now he'll throw to first. That's the second throw over, and both times have been high and to the left of Caden Matheny, but he's 6'7" legit. No problem with that one. Rombach sets. He'll come home. Runner stays. Ball is high. You like going up on that one, but that one was too high to stay competitive, and it's ball one. Caleb struggling just a little bit. Runner goes this time. Swing and a flare down the left side, and it's foul. Jensen will give chase, and the runner will return to first base. 20 27 pitches now for Caleb. We'll keep an eye on that. And the 1-2 again, too high. Runner goes a little late. That one's low and away. Throw down to second. It's cut off. The throw to third. And he is safe at third. Almost caught him leaning rider with a good throw over to Jensen, but just beating it back is Sears. And now Warwas has worked the count full. A lot of pitching left to do in this day. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Caleb finally gets us an out here in the inning, but runners on second and third, one away. That's number 8 batter Connor Hazley now bats. First base open. Infield at normal depth. He's going to bunt. It comes straight ahead. Rombach has a chance. He flips it home, and he's out at home. The squeeze does not pay off. Rombach athletically off the mound and flips it home in time. And there's 2 outs. Wow. Massive turn of events there for the Pirates' favor, in the Pirates' favor. Back to first and third. The suicide squeeze does not pay off. Oh, I gotta be careful. You can't say that word on YouTube, even though it's a baseball term. So hopefully I don't get flagged for that. Now it's a number 9 batter, Chase Miller. See if Grantsburg can get out of here, if Chase can deliver. Here's the pitch. Way outside. Roundback really scuffling here. Hazley with the lead on first. Nothing too big. And Caleb will go home. That's a strike on the corner. 1-1. Wow, that wind is tough. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Swing and a miss. And see what Grantsburg comes up with here on this pitch. Here it is. Swinging a foul off of Riker's helmet. And it'll stay 1-2. This will be the 36th pitch for Caleb. Here it is. Slow curve inside. 2-2. See if they just come back with a straight fastball to the number 9 batter here. They do, and it's outside. Full count. Kenny Schwendeman up next. Excuse the sigh. It's my son on the hill here. Normally pitches quick. Kind of having some trouble here with his 38th pitch through 2 innings. Ooh, he's got to be careful with that move. Runner goes, strike 3 taken. Caleb somehow works out of a jam. I think, is that three strikeouts in the inning? No, 2 strikeouts, and then he made the play at home. So he giveth and he taketh away. But after 1.5 innings, it's still scoreless. Here, Webster Grantsburg, and doubleheader. You're watching it here on We Are Grantsburg.
Physical Therapy and Balance Center offers professional staff that work and live in the community. With state-of-the-art technology, we help you regain confidence and independence. We are a physical therapy facility that also offers many other recovery services, including fall prevention, balance training, and dizziness disorder treatment. You have a choice in your physical therapy. Call us today so that we can help you love your life. Spelled differently because we are different.
All right, still scoreless here as we head to the bottom of the second inning. A barn burner so far. Let's check in on the softball game. Not as much over there. 10-0.
Her first
Grantsburg
appearance.
winning.
We got a lot of extra base hits tonight so far.
If I can.
On the Pirates side. Oh, 1-1. Strike one. Still got one away here. Pirates
That's not
especially
working.
up 10-0.
Huh.
You should run home and get that umbrella for me.
Oh, I was thinking about it, but yeah. Still got one away here. Pirates have stretched it out 10-0.
You should run home and get that.
Do some on-air editing
I was
here
thinking about it, but yeah.
so we can get this kind of full screen.
Strike. 2-2 to count here.
All right, how about that, huh? Oh, no.
Nice hit by Abby.
Oh,
That's going to
2-2
score a
count
couple.
there.
Oh, it gets past McKnight again.
Look at this.
She's going to head all the way to third again.
We having fun yet, guys?
Oh, she's
Oh, she's going home, and she's going to
Hit
make
by
it.
Abby. It's gonna score a couple. Gets past McKnight again.
Look at that.
All right, Grantsburg rolling over there. Back here, it is scoreless as we head to the bottom of the second. Caden Matheny was on base when Riker Stelzel got picked off and ended up getting out at third. Schwendemann's pitch at the knees, strike one. Grounder, foul down the left side, strike two now. For the Pirates, it's Matheny, Ryder Anderson, and then Brock Bonneville, the 4, 5, 6 batters in the lineup. Wind picks up, you can see the dust picked up off the field. That's a swing and a miss, and Caden doesn't realize it was a drop third strike. The throw down to first is in time, pulled the first baseman off of it. That was gutting off the base into foul territory, but he was able to catch the ball and get his foot back on the base, and there's one away. Another strikeout for Schwendemann. That's all 4 outs have been strikeouts. Oh, no, that's not true. 3 outs have been strikeouts, and the other one was out at third base. So here is Ryder Anderson taking strike one. Fouls that one off, strike two. Schwendemann working quickly and efficiently. He has half the pitches, as does his counterpart for Grantsburg. Caleb has 38. And Kenny has 19. That one's high and inside. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt. Skitters by Ronnie, but nobody on. No problem. 2-2. Here's the 2-2. That's in the dirt as well. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the payoff pitch. Strike 3 on the corner. Ryder lets it go by, and he is rung up. Strikeout number 4 for Schwendemann. 4 out of the 5 outs coming from the right hand of Schwendemann. In fact, the other one was too. It was just a pickoff instead of a strikeout. Has there only been 1 out in the field between both teams? I think Dane Lozier made a catch in center field. That one's too high. Ball 1 to Brock Bonneville. If he can reach, it'll be Henry Quintana on deck. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Borderline high. Bonneville gave it a Gave it a try, came up empty, 1-1. Check swing, and he went, strike 2. Pirates yet to figure out. Schwendeman haven't put a ball in play yet. That one's high. Good frame by Ronnie, just didn't come in close enough for the strike call. Hatch, a good catcher. He's a sophomore. Grantsburg has a freshman catcher in Riker Stelsel. Here's the pitch. Just missing. Maybe low, maybe inside. Tough to tell from here. Full count now to the second batter in a row. Last one, he got a strikeout. This one, he's trying to end the inning with strike 3. And here is the pitch. Fouled off. This one will keep going. So Schwendeman, after this pitch, will be up to 30, so a little bit closer. And the pitch, high and inside. And the inning continues. Brock Bonneville earns a walk, and Henry Quintana will come to the plate. Bonneville with a modest lead takes a secondary. That one, great stop by Ronnie. He had to kind of go backhand on that and keep it from going to the backstop and letting Brock get an easy advancement. That one's low as well. So Schwendeman, after kind of cruising, running into a little bit of trouble here, walked Bonneville, and now 2-0 to Quintana. Caleb Brownbach bats next if the inning continues. Back to first. Good snap throw, but Brock was able to beat it easily. Probably get a little bit farther off on his lead off. 2 balls and no strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. Scoreless game here in Grantsburg. 2 games today. The runner goes. The swing and a miss. The throw down to second is in time. Ooh, he is out at second base. That is the second out on the base paths for Grantsburg. Great throw by Hatch. Looked like the tag kind of bounced up off the ground, but must have gotten him on the arm. Good play by Webster, and Grantsburg is again extinguished on the base paths for out number 3. And that'll do it for the Pirates. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base at the end of 2 full innings of play. We're still scoreless here in Grantsburg, and you're watching it here on We Are Grantsburg. And welcome back to Pepper Park here in Grantsburg. Beautiful day to play too, huh? Checking again over at the softball field. Grantsburg still winning big, 13-0 over the Storm, Siren and Webster. This one much closer, kind of a pitcher's duel, although both have had their share of snafus, but neither has given up a run. Pitch count a little high here for both. That one's also high on pitch number 1 to the leadoff batter, Schwendeman. Schwendeman walked and stole second, but was left on second at the end of the inning. Here's the pitch, strike. And Rombach out of the windup, he moves quickly, and you'd like to stay up there. That's a swing and a miss. Caleb with 4 strikeouts in the game. Here's the 0-2. No, that misses high, and that was the 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Caleb's just going deep into counts. Usually he's a little more in control. Here's the pitch. Slows it down. Ground ball up the middle. Levi is there. The throw to first is accurate and in time, and there's one away. 6-3 scoring play, and Schwindeman is out at first, and that will bring up Jacob Fernengo.
Batters number 2, Fernando.
So we will have 2 separate streams today. We'll end this one when it's over and then start a new stream. We'll get that all situated in the meantime. Ball 1 to Fernengo. The 1-0. High and away. 2-0. 1 out in the top of the third. Scoreless game here. Rombach, it's a ground ball towards short, up with it, and over to first again. 6-3 scoring play. Good job by Levi Anderson here in this one, fielding cleanly, and a good throw over to first, and there's 2 away.
Now batting number 3, Ronald Hatch.
And now Rombach and Hatch battle once again. They've been going at it since they were in 6th grade. No matter what sport they happen to be playing, they match up against each other. Same with a bunch of these guys, but it's kind of fun to watch this rivalry bloom. Bud's off the field, but rivals on it. That one's ripped down the left field line, but it's hooking, and it is foul. Ball is retrieved by Matheny out there in left field and now finds its way to Caleb. Nothing in 1 here to Ronnie Hatch. And the pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss. I see that isn't working. There we go. Nothing in 2. And the pitch just floated out there and into right center field for a hit. Hatch on good 2-strike hitting, just kind of kept the bat in the strike zone, popped it out into right center field. Looked like Caleb took a little bit off of that one as well. And now it'll be Justice Gutting up. First time up, he struck out looking to end the first inning. So for the 3rd inning in a row, Webster has a base runner. It's Ronnie Hatch at first. Good lead. Now he dives back. Caleb faked the throw over. Swing and a miss. Good fastball there from Rombach. Behind it was Gutting. Good lead for Hatch at first. Slide step high, throw down to second is high as well. If it would have been down, he'd have been out. Good pop from Riker, but just sailed on him a little bit. And this pitch was called a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at second now. And quickly pitching. Geez, Caleb, got to get the camera back over. Least you could have done is thrown a strike. Ball 2. Ronald with a big lead at second base. The throw back to second, and he is safe. Now you know what I mean about the rivalry. Not to mention Ronnie is Caleb's girlfriend's cousin. And the pitch. That's high. 3-1 now. 53 pitches here for Caleb, trying to close out the third inning. And the pitch, ball 4. So a 2-out walk, and now there's runners on first and second. Grantsburg was a strike away from getting out of the inning unarmed. And now for the second inning in a row, the Tigers have 2 runners on. A base hit here might break the scoreless tie. Big lead at second. Rombach takes a longer look at it. Now he's going to deliver home. Too high. Way outside, Caleb. 2 balls and no strikes here. After getting 2 quick outs and 2 quick strikes on the third batter up, Caleb in some trouble. Here's the pitch. Too high. Caleb is very rattled right now. Certainly a red light here, I would imagine, to Sears. Here's the pitch. Got the automatic. Sears a heck of a good hitter. He got a base hit his first time up. And he was out at home on that squeeze play. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Might have been ball 4, but Sears goes chasing a little bit. Top of the zone. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runners will be moving on the pitch. And there they go. The pitch is strike 3, and Caleb and the Pirates get out of another jam. 60 pitches in, no runs, but not a clean start here for Caleb. But him and the team do enough, and they are out of it in the third inning. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on. At the end of 2.5, it's Grantsburg 0, Webster 0, and you're watching it here on We Are Grantsburg.
At Burnett Medical Center, we celebrate all walks of life. From our very first steps to our sprinting strides, from on-the-job site to afterlife retirement. At BMC, we embrace every pair of feet that walks through our doors. Our comprehensive care knows no bounds. It's for the newborns, the professionals, the adventurers, and those who've traveled many miles. We're here to support you. Your journey is unique, and so is our approach to your well-being. Step into BMC, where comprehensive healthcare meets compassion. Burnett Medical Center, providing healthcare for all walks of life.
All right, well, let's look at the softball game. What do you got for us, Goob and Stacy?
1-1. Oh. 21 beat a count.
I saw her give a little peek over here. Normally her family is sitting right to my right.
Yeah, they are. 21 beat a count. How about heads up?
I saw her give a little peek over here. Normally her family is sitting right to my right.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
What count you got there, Mom? How about heads up? How many outs? Oh!
Deuces. It's tough to make it to these early games, though. But I saw her give a little look when she first came out.
Yeah. What count you got there, Mom?
2-2. And that's the end of the inning. Takes us to the top of the 4th.
Strike 3. Nope. What are they going to do it now?
All right.
All right, there you go.
Takes us to the top of the 4th. Things are going okay.
Here we go into the bottom of the third inning. Still scoreless. That one's popped up. First pitch from Quintana. And Schwendeman makes the catch behind the mound, and there's one quick out. 1 pitch, 1 out. That helps Webster a lot. Schwendeman also sort of getting up there in pitches. Caleb's up at 60 pitches. Schwendeman at 34 with half an inning less, basically. That'll bring up Caleb Rombach, the number 8 batter in the lineup. The pitch, strike one. Schwenneman pitching well. That one's grounded, kind of nubbed towards second. Up with it. No, not up with it. The throw to first is in time, though. Barely getting Rombach, and there's 2 away. Schwenneman cruising here. Was that 3 pitches for him in this bottom of the third. And Levi Anderson will bat, the number 9 batter in the lineup. That one is ripped, and Grantsburg has their first hit of the game. Sort of in the gap there, but chasing it down is Hazley. Getting it back in quickly. Anderson with a nice turn, but he'll go back to first, and Grantsburg has their first base hit. Right, Dad? Is that their first hit? First hit of the game. They've had runners, but no hits, but that time it was Levi Anderson. Connecting, and that'll bring up Riker Stelsel. Riker was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat, the leadoff batter. He's also the catcher, so he's taking off his shin pads and now putting on batting gloves and stuff. That's why there's a bit of a delay. I suppose I could, it's not a state secret here. There he is.
Batter's number 1, Riker Stelsel.
So hopefully he can calm his mind and focus on the at-bat. 2 outs, runner on first. Schwenneman pitches. That one is high. That's a strike to Caden and a ball to Riker. Caden 6'7", Riker probably 5'7". Anderson with a small lead at first. Pitch inside, ball 2. The first one really stung Riker when he was hit in the first inning. You could tell he wasn't able really to do anything with his arm for a while, and he shook it off. But Schwenneman humps it up there pretty quick. Here's the 2-0. Strike 1. Boy, 2-0, you're looking for a pitch. I don't know what he wanted there. That was a strike on a tee. At least height-wise, maybe it wasn't where he wanted it, in or out. 2-1 to Stelsel. That one's high. 3-1. Back to first. Is this the same count as it was in the first inning? Or? Oh, I thought it was 3. Okay. The 3-1 to Stelsel. Runner goes. The pitch is inside. The throw down is off the target. And Levi, well, I guess it doesn't even matter, does it? All that for naught, because it was a walk. So now Grantsburg with a little 2-out thingy-dingy. Same thing happened to Grantsburg. Tigers got runners on first and second before Grantsburg was able to get out of it. Now Dane Lozier went down striking out in the first inning. The pitch, that one swung, mighty swing, good cut, but just missing. Fouled it off, strike 1. Well, one of the teams has to come up with a clutch hit. They both had base runners. I think both teams have had base runners each inning. Wait, maybe Grantsburg didn't last inning. Here's the pitch. That one's hit towards short. It is into left field. Levi Anderson's going to turn. He's going to go to third, to home. The throw to third is not in time. Sorry, it was going to home. Good base running by Stelsel, who slides in safely at third. Dane Lozier goes to second, and Grantsburg has the first run of the game. Pirates lead now 1-0. A 2-out hit by Levi Anderson. He comes around to score on the RBI single by Dane Lozier. Pirates in some business still. Up by 1, runners on second and third, and the number 3 batter, Brock Matheny, bats. Swing and a miss, way on top of that one. Second time through the order here for Grantsburg. So they've each seen Schwenneman. That ball's in the dirt. Ronnie stops it. Saved a run there, Ronald Hatch. He's done that a couple of times, that time saving a run. Saved a base earlier in the game. Blocking is such an important skill. And the pitch fouled away into the Webster dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Brock Matheny. 2 outs, runners on second and third. That's in the dirt. Ronnie stops another one. Whew. This could have been 2-0 very easily without an able catcher back there. Ronald made that one look easy. Here's the 2-2. Throw back to second. And it's into the outfield. A run will score. It's past the center fielder. Another run will score. 2 errors on the same play for Webster. And the Pirates clear the bases. That was a 2-strike throw back to second base. 2 runs come across for Grantsburg. Oh, wow. So unfortunate for the Tigers, but the Pirates will say thank you and not give them back. Wow, that's crazy. Crazy turn of events. Here's the pitch, strike 3. Brock's down on strikes. Damage done, though. Wow. And that's the high-risk, high-reward play, throwing behind the runner at second base. Runners on second and third. Tried to pick him off. I don't know why people don't do that more often, because he was probably going to be dead to rights at second. But throwing it into center field causes a bunch of chaos, and the Pirates score 3 runs in the bottom of the third inning and take a 3-0 lead here as we head to the fourth. And you're watching it here on We Are Grantsburg. Let's check in now. Where are we in the softball game? Webster's Siren Storm getting a run plated now 14-1 in the bottom of the fourth. So
Okay.
yeah, we happened to catch him at a break again, didn't we? 14-1 though. If Grantsburg scores 2 runs in that inning in the fourth, they will win the game. It's a 15 after 3 run rule, I believe. Roundbach back out there for the Pirates, and batting is Croy Connor. He'll be leading it off for the Pirates. He singled in the second inning. That one misses outside. Connor, Warwas, and Hazley, 6, 7, 8 guys for Webster. That one's grounded to Hopper. Played up, and the throw over is in time. To kind of a nasty high hop, but nothing that Levi couldn't handle at shortstop. He's made 3 plays there at short.
Next batter is number 6, Wyatt Warris.
And now Wyatt Warwas will bat. Rombach up to 62 pitches here in the fourth inning, 4 1/3 so far. And it's just been a weird one for him. His misses have not been competitive, but then he's come back and pitched a lot of strikes as well. There's one that's nubbed off the handle, and Caleb comes off the mound and makes out number 2.
Now batting number 10, Connor Hazley.
And now Connor Hazley will bat. Hazley flew out. Is that what that said? Oh, fielder's choice. Okay, that was the bunt, the attempted squeeze. That went home for the out. Grounder foul. Back out of the windup. The pitch, slow curve. Oh, where was that one, I wonder? Must have been a little bit inside. Oh. Keep forgetting to highlight this thing. Here we go. The pitch, swing and a miss. Same exact pitch. This time he didn't let it go by. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, and there was nothing Grantsburg needed more than a quick inning there. After gathering 3 runs in the bottom of the inning, comes back in a 3-up, 3-down, very efficient 8-pitch inning for Rombach. So that will do it for Webster in the fourth, and Grantsburg will bat. Who's up first, Dad? Okay, so it's Matheny, Anderson, and Bonneville? Yep. Matheny, Anderson, and Bonneville. Let's see. Coming up next for these 2 teams, Webster on Thursday will host Turtle Lake Clayton. Of course, there's another game yet today here between these 2 teams. It's a doubleheader. Webster will be the home team in the second game. But on Thursday, Webster will host Clayton Turtle Lake. And then on Friday, they're at Boyceville. Thursday looks pretty precarious weather-wise. We got a great day today. But the forecast on Thursday, some much-needed rain. We've had some glorious weather here last week or so, but we need that rain, don't we? Mostly to tamp down all the dust from County Road Y that's getting all over my stuff. No, we're thankful. You know, short-term issues with road construction, but that thing's going to be pretty nice when they're done with it. The Pirates on Thursday are scheduled to go to Siren to play them for the second time, and then they actually have 8 games left, and they're getting them all in 14 days. They have 2 today. They have a doubleheader against Unity. That's going to be home as well. That's going to be here as well. So Grantsburg avoids going on the road to Webster and Unity this season. So that's an interesting deal. That doesn't happen too often. So here we go. Bottom of the 4th inning. Matheny takes ball 1 outside. Caden Ryder Brock. Schwendeman has pitched well. He's up over 50 pitches now with this one. That one is a strike on the corner. Probably a good leave there for Caden. That's not one you can do a lot with unless you're a pretty dynamic hitter, which Caden is the 4-batter. There's a swing and a miss. One kind of more down where he likes it. One ball, 2 strikes. Oh, he lets it go for strike 3. So there's one away here. Schwenneman, Dag, how many strikeouts does Kenny have? So he's had 16 batters and how many? 6 strikeouts? That's a ball on the inside corner. Shouldn't see the, that's not how many batters he's had. That's how many outs. So 6 out of the 16 outs have been strikeouts for Schwenneman. That one's lifted to center field. Should be a can of corn out there for Hazley. Or excuse me, that's Hunter Sears out in center field. My apologies. Sears with the putout, and there's 2 away. And now Brock Bonneville will bat. Grantsburg got all 3 runs with 2 outs in the last inning. And now Pete Johnson coming over to the dugout to say something. Going to be some kind of change coming up, it looks like. Schwenneman pitches. That one misses. Ball 1. Bonneville walked and was caught stealing in the second inning. Swinging a foul. And that one was fleshy. And Bonneville takes a little bit of a lap before he's going to head down to first base.
Now batting number 50, Henry Quintana.
And Henry Quintana steps to the plate. So Grantsburg gets a runner on again with 2 outs. Bonneville this time. Last time it was Levi Anderson with still the only hit in the game for Grantsburg. That's the second Grantsburg player who's been hit by a pitch by Schwenneman. He delivers home. That's a swing and a foul by Quintana. Henry, the designated hitter, batting for Norman Jensen, the third baseman. Both pitchers in the game, kind of similar stories. The pitch count's getting up there for both of them. Here's the pitch. Ooh, looking for some good contact there on a hanging curveball, but that one was hanging too high. Henry couldn't make good contact with it, and he's now down 0-2 with 2 away. Rombach on deck. Nothing in 2. Runner goes, swing and a miss, and that's it. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and a strikeout on Quintana, and that will do it here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Grantsburg, no runs, no hits, 1 left on at the end of 4 full. It is Grantsburg 3. Actually, is that the 5th inning, Dad? It is now the 5th. I had something going on there. I had something wrong here, but whatever. There we go. Is anybody surprised? The score is correct. That's kind of our baseline. If we got that right, we're doing okay. Let's check in on the softball game. Oh, the softball game is over, so we are going to. She's going to start a new game soon. We just have to find it. They're in between games over on the softball field, so I'm sure Stacy will get that thing going. Man, my computer is hot. That's the only thing I'm worried about on a day like today, just the computer overheating, but so far so good. The wind is probably helping. Yeah, Dad says I should pour some ice on it. That's a guy born in the 40s for you. He didn't like that joke. Oh, yeah, you were born in the 40s, pal. Oh, man. Best year in history, he says. Okay, Boomer. All right, number 9 batter stepping to the plate for Webster is Chase Miller. He'll be followed by Kenny Schwenneman and Jacob Flamingo. Rombach out there. It's going to be a bunt foul in the air and makes it to the Webster dugout. Miller struck out looking in the second inning. This is his second plate appearance here. A little bit high there, ball one. One ball, one strike here as we get the top of the fifth going. That's the 70th pitch for Caleb. That's fouled away. I would imagine Coach Pete Johnson will let Caleb go to his max. He's pitching pretty well. He's given up a couple of walks, a few hits, but kind of settled in here in the middle innings. It's just inside. The batter bailed out of the strikes or out of the batter's box, but ball stayed inside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Caleb ready out of the windup. Here's the pitch. That one's popped up, and Caden Matheny here right in front of us makes the play in foul territory, and there's another out recorded by the Pirates. One out here in the top of the fifth. Brings up Kenny Schwendeman. He is walked and grounded out to short. Still scoreless here. Caleb misses outside, ball 1. An 8-pitch inning in the fourth for Rombach. Swing and a miss. Doing okay here so far. Popped up. That one might actually, that's going to go over our heads. And it's a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Whoa, missed it way high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Schwendeman, the number 2 batter in the inning, and that one misses wildly. 2 wild misses in a row for Caleb after he was up 1 ball and 2 strikes. That has been, he's done that a few times. Thinking back to the first inning, he had the Schwendeman 1 ball, 2 strikes, lost him on a walk. Swing and a miss. So he comes back and gets the strikeout. Could do with all the extras there between the first and the third strike, Caleb. That's dad to son there, guys. You can ignore that. 79 pitches for Caleb, and that will bring up Fernango. And here's the pitch. Strike 1. Good location there for Caleb. Let's see, Jacob struck out swinging in the first inning and bounced out, grounded out to shortstop in the third. That one's inside off the top of the shoelaces, 1-1. Here's the 1-1, fouled away. The 1-2, slowed it down, strikeout swinging for Caleb Rombach. Couple of strikeouts that inning. And that was 3 up and 3 down. Is that the first? No, that's 2 in a row. So Caleb set down, and the Pirates have set down the last 6 batters. Check that, 7 batters at least right there. Dating back here. Yeah, 7 batters in a row. Shut down for the Pirates. So no runs, no hits, nobody left on. We're through 4.5. Grantsburg leads 3-0. While we have just a moment, I'm going to see if I can find the new stream and then pop that up. Okay, Rombach, Anderson, Stelsel due up for Grantsburg. So 8-9 top for the Pirates. Let's see if she's got the... second game is not up yet. So we'll keep an eye on that. It's kind of fun to kind of pop over to the softball game when we have time. Thanks again to all of our incredible sponsors. Many of them have been with us for years and years and years. Some of them brand new. The Stone, she's so new I can't remember it's the Stone Wreath Company, but there's Stone, oh boy. This is what happens when you start talking before you have the end of your sentences ready. But they're a shop in the old Stone Wreath Company. They do like it's like a boutique shop. Consignment stuff, crafty stuff, you know. Ronnie Hatch is a good catcher.
Leading off for the Pirates, number 4, Caleb Brambach.
So Grantsburg will start the bottom of the 5th with Caleb Brambach at the plate. Caleb 0 for 2. No, 0 for 1. So this will be his first at-bat, grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. Schwenneman still in there. Good cut, but it's fouled away. Strike 1 to Caleb. Swung, I think, pretty early in the count last time, too. Yeah, first pitch swinging. There's another one fouled back. So quickly 0-2. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. I guess it was 0-2 when he got out last time. Regardless, it's 0-2 again. Like the aggressiveness to start the at-bat. Now can he put it in play? Schwenneman with his 64th pitch. He's ready, and he goes. Swing and a miss, and Caleb swung through that one. Good pitch by Schwenneman, and there's one away.
Now batting number 21, Levi Anderson.
Now Levi Anderson, who got a 2-out single last time up, and it led to a flurry of runs. All the runs you see were because Levi Anderson was able to get on with 2 outs. He ended up scoring, and the Pirates took advantage of a couple of errors in the field. This time up with it to throw to first off the base, but taking him out. Good play by the first baseman, Justice Gutting, and that's it for Levi Anderson. There's 2 away.
Next batter's number 1, Wrecker Stelsel.
Good play over there by Hazley at third base. Throw was off the mark, but first baseman Gutting bailed him out, and there's 2 away. Now Riker Stelsel will bat. Takes strike 1. Riker was hit by a pitch and walked, so no official at bat yet for the freshman, who grew up going to Webster. Is open and rolled to Grantsburg. Now he's down 0-2 to, I'm sure, a childhood friend, Schwendeman. Well, hopefully that worked. Am I live? Throw back to second. He is out at second. Tagged out, a good play at second base. Sorry, I'm just getting this thing back to good. I think my computer completely shut down. I think it got overheated, so I'm trying to get the stream back up so we don't have all of this out. But a good play there. Ronnie had gotten a base hit and gotten a second with some heads-up base running. But there, Caleb eliminated him off of the base paths. And hopefully, can somebody tell me if we're still on? It looks like we are connected. Somebody let me know in the chat. Strike 1 here. Wow, Ronnie with a base hit, leadoff base hit, and giving Webster some life. And now full count here to Gutting with one away. The 3-2 outside, and that is ball 4. So Caleb up to 91 pitches. Sorry, I see the camera's off the mark too. Yeah, I think I said it earlier in the broadcast that I was afraid that the darn thing would overheat, and it sure did, and it just turned off without warning. So sorry. You didn't miss too much. Webster got out of the inning. Grantsburg, like I said, Ronnie got a leadoff base hit, and that's a ball. Caleb really not accurate like we're used to seeing him, but trying to get through 6 innings and give way to somebody in relief. Gutting at first, not much of a lead at all. Here's the pitch. And he's just missing wildly, like not competitive. It's been like this all game. It's very strange. 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0. What is happening? Throw to first, safe at first. Caleb's been out of the zone by 2 feet or more on all 3 of these pitches. Maybe trying to pitch around Hunter a little bit. That could be part of the issue here. Sear's a heck of a batter, and he's gotten Caleb several times throughout the career, and that one is strike 1 on the corner. Maybe ball 4 if Hunter already had a strike on him, but now it's 3-1. Grantsburg would love a little ground ball action here. Strike 2. Good pitch there on the 3-1. Some heat on the inside corner, and it's full count. 97, this will be 98 pitches for Caleb. Fouled off. So Caleb, if he can get Hunter on this pitch, can start the next pitcher, or next hitter, Croy Connor, because that'll be his 100th if he can, and then he can finish that batter. We'll see what happens here. He's got to get Hunter on this pitch, though. Here it is. He doesn't. He's going to pitch his 100th to Hunter Sear, so this will be Caleb's last batter faced. No matter what happens here. Not sure. They didn't have anybody warming up between innings. And here is another payoff pitch and his 100th. Strike 3! So a good way to go out. Jeez. So Caleb has to come out now. That was his 100th pitch. He would have loved to have had that on the pitch prior. And Caleb will go to shortstop. Ryder Anderson will come in to pitch. And I think Caleb's going to shortstop. Maybe he's going to second. We'll see. But all in all, a pretty good outing for Caleb. Not as efficient as he was against Luck Frederick. But then again, Webster probably a better team than what Luck Frederick had, at least that night compared to this night. So, but Caleb gets out of here giving up 0 runs. So let's see, he went 5 2/3. How many strikeouts did he have, Dad? He had 9 against Luck Frederick. Let's see if he got close to that here against Webster. Oh, it's actually Levi is going to pitch, not Ryder. So Levi Anderson pitching. How many did he have? 9 strikeouts. So Caleb ties his best this year. 9 Tigers go down on strikes out of, let's see, so he had 5 full, so that's 15, 16, 17. So 9 out of the 17, a little over half of the outs were strikeouts. So a nice outing there for Caleb. Schwendeman, on the other hand, also has a ton of strikeouts. We'll see what he has. But just a defensive switch here for Grantsburg as Levi Anderson will come in for the last, try to get the last out here and then try to get the save in the 7th. Both pitchers have 9 strikeouts. Wow. And both pitchers have given the other pitcher a strikeout at least. Caleb struck out once, right? And Schwendeman struck out once too. So interesting symmetry in this one. Now Levi Anderson will pitch. He's been a very good pitcher for Grantsburg. He got the win against Clayton Turtle Lake, pitched really well that night, now in relief. So that tells me that maybe Caden will be pitching. That's a ground ball. One pitch, the throw to first. One pitch for Levi Anderson, and he gets out of the sixth inning. Wow, I don't know that I've seen that before, but Pirates will take it. Grantsburg gets out of the sixth inning, not giving up a run. And we'll get all this figured out. Sorry, again, we had the darn computer went, well, she died. She died, I guess, but it is hot. Dad looked it up. It was 90 degrees real feel here. I think the fan was just having too much work, and I think since I had I had some other stuff up, kind of made it a little bit too hot to handle, too hard to keep up those fans inside my laptop. Anyway, but this will, let's see, Schwenneman now at 70 pitches. He's in good shape here pitch-wise. If he can have a quick inning here against the Pirates, he might be able to squeak out all 7 innings. Actually, since Grantsburg has the lead here, 3-0, he might just be able to, it might just be this one for him. Okay. It'll be Dane Lozier followed by Brock and Caden Matheny. Dad calls them the Twin Towers. So 2, 3, 4 batters. They haven't done too much today. See if they can get off the schneid here in this inning. It'll be the third time seeing him, right? 3 times. So Schwendeman with just the 70 pitches, he'll almost certainly have enough to go through this 6th inning, and then if Grantsburg can hold off the Tigers in the bottom or the top of the 7th, the Pirates will have game 1 in the bag, and we'll get set for game 2. Like I said, it'll be a different stream in game 2. These double headers, they're nice, but if you're a catcher, 14 innings in 90-degree heats. That's a lot to ask for these youngsters, but at the same time, they are youngsters, so they'll be all right. Hopefully. Drink lots of water. Replenish the electrolytes, too. All right, here we go. Schwendeman on the hill. He's gone the distance, pitched really well. Here's the pitch, fouled away to Lozier. That's out of play. Really, Schwendeman, he probably is going to have 1 earned run, maybe no earned runs in this one, although he did account for the first error that brought in, it was a 2-strike count. I think it was 2-2 with runners on 2nd and 3rd. Here, we'll get the rest of it in a sec. The pitch, slow curve down the left field line, and it's fair. Dane's going to turn. They're taking a long time to get to it. There might be a play at 2nd. No, it's cut off, and Dane with a kind of a, not exactly a Texas leaguer, but it just kind of died in the outfield grass along the line. And Dane is in with the leadoff double, just what Grantsburg wanted here. Try to add a couple to their 3-0 lead. Anyway, Schwendeman threw one into center field, which got by the center fielder too. That one, Ronnie with another good stop. And that allowed both runners from 2nd and 3rd for Grantsburg to come in for the 2nd and 3rd run of the inning and the game, and it's holding up as of right now. And the pitch. A little bit inside to Brock Matheny, 2-0. Dane has 2 or 3 hits?
He's got 2 of the 3.
Oh, 2 of the 3. Wow. And then Levi has the other one. Ronnie with another backhanded stop. 3 balls and no strikes here to Brock. He's given the green light here, it looks like. Matheny, then Matheny. As Levi gets a little more warmed up on the sideline. Here's the pitch, strike 1. That was a good pitch from Schwendeman. 3 balls and a strike. That was his 75th pitch. So that rules him out for the rest of the week, probably. Swing and a little flare over first base, but that's going to go foul. And we will do it again. Full count. Runner on second, nobody out. Schwenneman sets and delivers. Fouled away. So I don't know what the rules are, so Levi will probably pitch less than 25, probably less than 20 pitches. So that might allow him to start the next game and just start with whatever count he had. That's a little ground ball. Tough hop, and it gets into right field. That'll score a run for the Pirates. Absolutely took a left-hand turn, and there was nothing that Chase Miller could do on that. I think it just took a wild hop off the fringe of the grass. Just one of those things.
Number 2, Kate Matheny.
Looked like he had a beat on it. Would have had an out at first, would have moved the runner, but instead, with nobody out, Grantsburg has another run in. And now Caden Matheny will bat. Caden is struck out. Hold on a second. Here's the pitch. Grounder foul. Oh yeah, Caden is struck out looking twice, so he'd like to reverse all of that bad mojo. Aggressive first pitch swinging there for Caden. Ball is retrieved, ball is in. 4-0 now. Grantsburg adds an insurance run here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Matheny still creeping out there. Short lead for him. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. That one was a little bit low, but protecting the plate there, just not wanting to look at another one. Caden up there hacking. And now he's down 0-2. Home run over on the softball field in the 1st inning. Popped up. Is that going to stay in play? It is. And the third baseman will come up with it, Connor Hazley. A home run, and it's celebrated wildly over on the softball field.
Now batting number 22, Ryder Anderson.
Now Ryder Anderson will bat with one away. One run in, runner on first for Grantsburg. That one, low outside strike, caught the corner. Ryder struck out in the 2nd looking and then flew out to center field in the 4th. That one's popped up. That may stay playable. The wind, though, is going to move it and carry it out of play. Good job by Gutting to get over here, but there was nothing for him to do once he got to the fence. So count is 0-2 now to Anderson. Probably won't be sending Brock here. That one's low and away. Ball one. The pitch. It's in the dirt. Another block by Ronald. Ronnie the backstop. Two balls and 2 strikes. Good at bat here for Ryder. Can he finish it off? Strike at the bottom of the kneecaps. The Pirates, they've gone down on strikes. Wait a second. Wasn't that strike 3? Okay. Ryder didn't think that was strike 3, but it was. So maybe he didn't realize he needed to be protecting the plate at that moment, because that was obviously strike 3 called. And this guy's done a nice job. This umpire does a nice job As far as I can tell, obviously I can't see in and out very much, but I can see height. And it's been really a consistent strike zone today. Wonder if they'll switch for the second game. It's a lot to ask for an ump to do 2 90-degree games in a row. That's strike 1 to Bonneville. Henry Quintana on deck. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 6th. Grantsburg has an insurance run across, swinging a foul. And another, whoops, I double tapped that. Hold on a second. Another 0-2 count. And now Hatch is going to come out. Don't know if it crossed him up or what happened there, but he wants a little bit of time to go discuss things with Schwinneman. As the field gets prepared behind us. Thank you, farmers. Stay safe out there. Stay safe on the road. Give them extra room if you're driving. Runner goes. This time it's high. Ronnie does not fire it down, but Brock slides in head first safely. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at second base in scoring position now is Brock Matheny, so a base hit might score him. Fouled away. That one was just, I don't know. Yeah, he was trying to stop his swing. Probably better for him that thing was fouled off. Wind has died down a little bit here. And here's the 1-2. Curveball inside. Both pitchers have gotten guys to bail out of the batter's box on really close curveballs, trying to backdoor them in there. And that's the second time. One for each team, in fact, that has stayed a ball where they were very close. Good pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. The pitch. High. Oh, wow. Check swing, appeal to the umpire who's between second and third. Said he went. From this angle, really didn't look like he broke his wrists, but Brock ends up striking out there, Bonneville, for the last out of the 6th inning. 93 pitches for Schwendeman. A nice outing for him. 4-0, the Grantsburg Pirates lead here as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Who do we have? Who does Webster have up, Ted? Okay, so it's 7, 8, 9. Warwas, Hazley, and Miller. And it'll be Levi Anderson coming in to pitch his first full inning. All he needed was 1 pitch to finish off that 6th inning. So a big week this week for, well, I'm guessing Webster too. I didn't look at Webster, but Grantsburg's graduation is on Friday already. How about that? Grantsburg seniors in their last week of school. It's actually kind of crazy to think about. We've got 2 more games on the schedule for Grantsburg. 1 more this afternoon and then 1 on Thursday, which will likely be rained out, it looks like, at Siren. So Warwas will come to the plate for the Tigers, trying to get something going. The Tigers need 4 runs to keep this thing going. And Anderson's pitch, swing and a miss. Warwas 0 for 2, had a strikeout in the 2nd inning. It's the pitch, swing and a miss. And what is that? Caleb unassisted. Oh, did he catch it? Oh, it was a little pop-up to Caleb. Okay. Now down 0-2. Popped up. This one's kind of deep second. Ryder back. Gives way to Bonneville, and that's it. And there's one away. F9.
Now batting number 10, Connor Hazley.
Hazley, the number 8 batter. Hazley flew out in the second, struck out in the fourth. 0 for 2 for Hazley. Swing and a miss. Made a nice play at third base earlier in the game, but here trying to keep things alive for the Tigers. Down by 4 in their last at-bats. Swing and a miss, or I think I heard the ting of a bat on the JV field. So 0-2. To Hazley, Chase Miller next. Strike 3, good curveball from Levi Anderson. Levi trying to keep his pitch count as low as possible if he's going to be the starter for the next game.
Batting number 13, Chase Miller.
Now it's Chase Miller, number 9 batter in the order. Here's the pitch. That's a little bit high. Swing and a miss. Levi, like Caleb before him, likes to work quickly. We appreciate that. Schwenneman as well for Webster. They don't take a lot of time around the mound. Get up there and pitch. That one's in the dirt, though. 2-1 to the number 9 batter, Miller. It'll be Kenny Schwenneman on deck, and he'll bat if the game continues. Good pitch, and he got strike 2. 2-2 now with 2 away. And we're going to not spend a lot of time in the post game. Just want to give my computer a little bit of time to cool off before the next one. Here's the 2-2. In the dirt, good stop by Riker. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. We will be starting a new stream for game number 2, so we'll get that going as soon as possible. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, and Grantsburg wins game number 1, 4-0. Some good pitching overall. Caleb into Levi Anderson. Kenny Schwendeman also did a nice job pitching as well. A couple of unearned runs there in the 3rd or 4th inning, whatever it was. 3rd inning. Really made the difference. Grantsburg adding an insurance run there in the 6th. So that is going to do it. Grantsburg victorious here over the rival Webster Tigers, and they remain undefeated. Oh, I didn't even do my graphic here. Here's the standings. Now Grantsburg goes to 7-0 in the conference, 8-3 overall. Webster falls to even in the conference, 4-4, 7-6 overall. So that will do it for this one, and we will set up the stream for the next one and get that going. I'm not sure what kind of time we're going to have between games, but we'll get that thing up. Just take a look at, just stay on this channel, We Are Grantsburg on YouTube. Right now you can watch the softball game. Switch on over to that and enjoy some Storm versus Grantsburg Pirates softball over on the YouTube channel. So for my dad, Tom Rombach, my name is Bob Rombach, saying thank you for watching high school baseball, West Lakeland baseball here on the We Are Network. Have a great night, everybody.